Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's meditation practice is an introduction to Tara Brach's work on the RAIN meditation. It's a meditation practice that will help you develop awareness of your thought patterns and to allow them to be there with a development of self-compassion. The RAIN stands for recognizing what is going on in the present moment. Recognizing means consciously acknowledging in any given moment the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are affecting you. This can be done with a simple mental whisper, noting what you're most aware of. Noting and naming, for example, frustration. You can note that a frustration is here, rather than attaching yourself to that experience of frustration, just noting frustration is here. Sorrow is here. Anger is here. Sadness is here. Fear is here. Those are the difficult emotions that can throw us off track, but also contentment, joy, happiness. It's important to acknowledge the more friendly emotions or thought patterns that we have as well. First of all, recognizing what is going on and being able to make a mental note of that, identifying that. The second part of this is to allow the experience just to be there. In our culture, and perhaps as a result of growing up in our era, we've not been encouraged to experience our emotions. For example, being told to stop crying or stop feeling what we're feeling, or to get on with life, move forward, forget about it. Those kinds of conditioned patterns that we've been exposed to in our lives. This approach is allowing the experience just to be there as it is, not needing to fix it or change it. Letting the thoughts, emotions and feelings and sensations that you have recognized simply be there without trying to change anything at all. So for example, if I was feeling frustrated, I would note frustration is here, and rather than trying to fix that sensation, emotion, experience, I would just open up to it, allow it to be there, and notice that it has a natural transition. More space that we create for these feelings, thoughts, emotions, the more they're likely to dissolve back and down, coming in, perhaps feeling a bit of intensity, a crescendo, and then just like the waves in the ocean, rolling back down and dissipating into the larger experience of awareness. So you may, when you recognize fear, anxiety, frustration, worry, you simply say, it's okay. This belongs. And yes, this too. So learning to open to what we are feeling and experiencing. This too. Yes, and this too. It's okay. It's okay for this experience to be there. Allowing creates a pause that makes it possible for us to deepen our attention and awareness. The third is the I, which stands for investigate with interest and care. To investigate, call on your natural curiosity, the desire to know the truth, and direct a more focused attention to your present experience. Curiosity, you might ask yourself, what wants or needs the most attention here? Where am I experiencing this in my body? How am I experiencing this in my body? What am I believing? Is this thought pattern that I'm having, is it really accurate? Or is it a storyline that I've carried around with me for a long time? What does this vulnerable place want from me? What does it need the most? Whatever the inquiry, your investigation will be mostly transformational if you step away from conceptualizing and bring your attention into the felt sense of the body. For example, if I'm feeling anger or frustration or anxiety, where is that in my body? Do I feel that as a tensing of the jaw? I'm making a fist with my hand, squeezing of my muscles, setting myself up for fight or flight, feeling on alert and on edge. Where can I soften into this in my body? Where can I recognize this is happening in my body? Tightness in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the stomach, in the fists. Simply investigating, being curious about that, and opening up the space to go back to allowing this experience to be there by recognizing that it is here in this present moment and does not need to be changed or fixed. That will be a natural progression as we come to understand the workings of the mind. Thoughts come in through past our awareness. If we don't hang on to them or jump into the storyline about these experiences, they will naturally dissolve back and away, or we'll be able to mentally digest them and let them go. Finally, the N stands for nurture with self-compassion. Self-compassion begins to naturally rise in the moments when you recognize that you are suffering. It comes into the fullness as you intentionally nurture your inner life with self-care. To do this, try to sense what the wounded, frightened, or hurting place inside you most needs, and to offer some gesture of active care that might address this need. Does it need a message of reassurance, of forgiveness, of companionship, of love? Experiment and see which intentional gesture of kindness most helps to comfort, soften, or open your heart. It might be that mental whisper, I am here with you. I'm sorry and I love you. It's okay, sweetheart, I love you. Putting a hand on your heart, bowing to your heart, and saying, I love you, sweetheart. It's okay, I'm here from you. Trust in your basic goodness. So we'll go through this a little more slowly now. I'll invite you to close your eyes, to sit in a meditation support, either upright or laying down. Bring your attention to your breath for 4 or 5 cycles of just tethering your attention back into the body, observing the sensations in the body, perhaps noting if there's any pain, emotional pain or physical pain, and taking some wider and deeper breaths into that space. As you settle down into your awareness, into the presence of physical and emotional sensation and thought patterns, just free your mind to allow what you're experiencing to come to the surface of your awareness, where you can recognize and name your experience in this moment in time. Trying to make it as present, focused as possible. And maybe there is no significant experience. And that's fine too, just allowing whatever needs to arise into your realm of consciousness and awareness to be there. Emotionally and mentally, bringing the underbelly of consciousness, of conscious thought, up to the surface for our examination, becoming aware, noticing ourselves, recognizing and noting. And if and when something a bit prickly comes up, or sharp, or gathers more of your attention, relax into the breath. Imagine each inhalation as an expansion of your awareness to allow what is coming through your attention more space to simply be there. Notice if your body or mind is starting to contract or push away. And again, use the breath to relax into the space, recognizing and allowing. As we learn to note and name our mental activities, we become more familiar with the workings of the mind. And with that, as we allow, without judgment, these experiences, these human experiences to come by and through our attention, we teach ourselves to be more accepting of the everyday thoughts and feelings, the judgments, the hatreds, the sorrows, the frustrations, to just be there, not acted upon, but simply coming through our awareness, accepting and allowing is part of our human experience. Forgiveness of ourselves when we get caught up in something. Becoming more curious as to what is arising and falling away. Open your awareness a little more, allowing it and accepting. Curiosity, what is there? What is needing my attention the most? How is the radical vulnerability that comes with being open, how does it need your attention? How can we nurture our deepest longings and vulnerabilities? How can we open to the soft side of the heart? Letting go of the judgments of things needing to be a particular way. A radical acceptance of this present moment, just as it is. Continue to move back and forth through the cycle, recognizing what is arising, and yes, this too. Neither embracing or bracing against mental events, constructs, feelings, emotions. Creating some space or distance as we observe turnings of the mind, the heartfelt human experiences. And developing a radical self-acceptance for it all. Curious and open. What is this information arising through you? What is the message? What is the information? What does it need the most? What do you need the most? Recognizing your suffering, the struggles, the depressions, the anxieties, the fears, the judgments, the hatreds, the sorrows. Sitting with those experiences in a allowing and loving, accepting way helps you to develop the self-compassion that is necessary to lead a full and healthy life. Practicing self-compassion. Yes, and this too. It's okay, sweetheart. I love you. It's okay. It's okay. Resting in awareness, my voice will go quiet while you cycle through the meditation, recognizing, allowing and accepting, investigating, curiosity, and nurture with self-compassion. Remembering that self-compassion begins to naturally arise in the moments that you recognize you are suffering. And recognizing your own suffering, you recognizing that all beings suffer, comes into fullness as you intentionally nurture your inner life with self-care. Try to sense what the wounded, frightened, or hurting place inside you needs the most. Remember to put one hand on your heart. Anytime you need to touch into this place of vulnerability, or envision yourself being bathed in or embraced by a warm, radiant light. If it feels difficult to offer yourself love, bring to mind a loving being, a spiritual figure, a family member, friend, or pet. Imagine that that being's love and wisdom is flowing into you, flowing through you. When you've completed the active steps of RAIN, it's important to notice the quality of your own presence and rest in the wakeful, tender space of awareness. The gifts of this practice as a tool is to recognize that you are no longer imprisoned or identified with a limited sense of self. Give yourself the gift of becoming familiar with the workings of your mind and the truth and the natural freedom of your being. Recognizing that the thoughts and mental events that we have are often not accurate. They're simply a narrative that we've carried and been influenced by our family of origin, our culture, our previous experience, and our present experience. This is a way of noting, recognizing, accepting and allowing, and creating space for the natural connection to our own truth to arise and fall. Nothing to fix or change, but simply working through this process will help you stay as an observer in the miracle of this unfolding life, in all of the challenges and the triumphs that life will present to you as a teacher. Thank you for your kind attention. Namaste.